Hey everybody, it's Jamel Gibbs. Listen, today I'm going to share with you a ninja strategy that you can implement right into your real estate business in order to drive more motivated seller leads. And we're going to talk about wholesaling made simple using this particular strategy. Now, I'm sitting right here. I finally completed my home gym. I hit the gym a couple of days this week so far. I hit chest on Monday. I did legs last night during the game. And this morning I hit shoulders. Tomorrow I'm gonna do some arms and then do some more legs on Friday. But I'm finally complete with my home gym. It's a garage gym, but it's a complete home gym. Not a lot of people have access to do this in their home. I'm able to do this because of real estate investing. And I appreciate you guys watching my channel and the content that I put out on this channel. I'm really trying to help you guys in your personal real estate businesses as well, so that you can create the lifestyle that you want. I'm a gym rat. I love going to the gym. I love bodybuilding. I've been a natural bodybuilder for 20 years. I used to do natural bodybuilding competitions, and I've always wanted a home gym. And I finally had, because of this whole situation that we're going through, I finally took the time to be able to build my home gym. So I got the Smith machine. I got everything that I need. Everything that you can think of that I need in a gym, I finally have it. But today I want to share with you this one marketing tactic. But in addition to that, I'm going to show you what to do with the leads that you get from this marketing tactic in your real estate business coming up. All right, guys, so we're going to go through a step-by-step process. We're going to go through 10 steps that you can implement into your real estate investing business to go from where you are right now to closing a real estate deal. I honestly can't stand when people make excuses, because there's so much money to be made in this business. I'm not trying to brag right now, but just this past week, we made $50,000 on 3 deals. And I got another $50,000 hitting next week as well. And I'm not gonna post any checks. I don't brag. I don't like to show checks and things like that online. That's just not my style. But I will say that I came a long way from living in the projects, we're talking back in 2002, to making a lot of money in real estate, to losing everything during the last market crash. And now, we're here in 2020, and I'm living an amazing life because of real estate. Starting off with nothing. So when people tell me that it's too hard, or they get out there and they start making excuses, or this doesn't work and that doesn't work, it's not that it doesn't work. You're not working. You have to get out there. You have to take the action. So I hope you benefit from the information that I provide on this channel, at least, and really get out there and take the action that it takes to get to where you want to go. Because information is great, but it's the action behind the information that's going to get you to where you want to go, get you from where you are right now to where you want to go in real estate. So I'm not here to sell you hype. I don't do that. All right. I'm here to provide you with real content, real information that's going to allow you and help you rather in your real estate business. I enjoy doing this. All right. So if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell so you can be notified when videos just like this come out. So let's jump into this. So what I want to do today is give you a 10-step process. I gave this a lot of thought, and I really thought about the easiest thing that you can do. If you were absolutely broke right now, what can you do in order to get a check, get your first check? Because really that first check, we call it a shut up check, right? That's the check that's gonna make you a believer. It's gonna shut everybody else up, and it's gonna shut your mind up as well. Because even before you get your first check, you're even questioning if this is working for yourself as well. So what's gonna help you to get to that shut up check? If you had absolutely no money, when I first started, I didn't have any money. I had $250 to my name. If I would have spent that money, I'd have been dead broke. All right, so what's gonna help you to get to that shut up check? All right, it's really simple. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, I want you to write these steps down. It's gonna be 10 steps. So on that piece of paper, I want you to number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, follow all the way through to 10. So step number 1 is to find motivated sellers. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you a tactic that is going to be something that you've probably heard about but never thought about in a way that I'm going to share it with you. A lot of people talk about these two lists that I'm going to tell you about right now, but they don't talk about stacking the lists together. All right. Now, what it is vacant properties and water shutoffs. Now, what if you stacked both of these motivations from a motivated seller together? You get an even more motivated seller, right? Think about that. If I had someone who had a vacant property and they're on a water shutoff list, we call that stacked motivation, all right? That's exactly what you're looking for, okay? So what we're gonna do is I want you to contact the local water authority and ask them if they can provide you with a list of properties that recently had their water cut off. Now, why do we want to contact the local water authority? Well, it's really simple. If you contact the local water authority and they can provide you with a list of properties that recently had their water shut off, then guess what? Those properties are going to be considered vacant properties. Those are verified vacant properties. Now, you can go out and buy a vacant property list as well, but what you're in essence doing by contacting the water authority is you're verifying the vacancy of the property. Now, why is that the case? Well, think about it. If the water is shut off in the property, chances are the property is vacant or somebody didn't pay their bill. Either way, you have somebody that's motivated living in that property or owning that property. So the first thing I want you to do, contact the local water authority. And obviously this is gonna vary. You might have to work a little bit. I don't wanna hear any excuses saying that, oh, my local area doesn't provide that list. Find the list, all right? You wanna make 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand, 50 grand like we just did over the last couple of days. You gotta put in the work. Find a way to get that list. And then you'll have a list of verified vacant properties that you can then tap into. All right, so that's step number one. Step number two is to skip trace the list. Now, I have videos on this, on how to do this for free. Basically, skip tracing is like a private investigation. All you're doing is finding the seller. You want to find their phone number, or you can use fastpeoplesearch.com in order to find their address, their phone number, and anything else you want to know for free. Fastpeoplesearch.com. Or I'll link a video up at the top, which will show you how you can use your tax assessor's website in order to find the seller as well. But you want to skip trace the list. You can pay a little bit of money to do this, or you can do it yourself. If you're limited on capital, do it yourself. All right. All you need is fastpeoplesearch.com or some other website like it, or the tax assessor's website. The point is, you want to find the seller. Skip trace the list that you pull from the water authority to find the information that you need in order to contact the seller. Step number three is a twofold approach to making sure that you clean the skip trace list. So even though the list is skip traced, doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna relieve you of people that don't wanna be contacted on that list. So what I want you to do is I want you to scrub that list up against the do not call registry. Okay, you can go to, you can just simply Google DNC registry or do not call registry to find that website. And then I also want you to scrub that list up against the TCPA list, the TCPA litigators list. Google it. You'll find out more information on how to do that. All right. But once you have the list, in step number one, step number two, you're going to skip trace the list. Step number three, you're going to remove everyone who is either on the litigators list or the do not call registry. Now you have a clean list. So what's step number four? Step number four is to contact every single person on that list a minimum of 3 times. Okay? If you contact them the first time and they respond to you, then guess what? You can put them on a follow-up or get the contract. We'll talk about that in just a second. If they don't contact you, call the ones who you couldn't contact the second time around, and likewise the third time around. All right? contact them at least 3 times. Now there's multiple ways to contact motivated sellers. I did a video on this before. I'll link it up at the top. But in short, basically all you're doing is you're sending them a postcard or some type of letter, or maybe a yellow letter, a handwritten letter. You're gonna follow up with a text message, a ringless voicemail. You're gonna follow up with an email, and then maybe even a phone call. So you're taking a 5-step approach. Multiple touches for one person, first time around. Then the same thing the second time around. You're gonna follow up. The money is in the follow-up. That's the name of the game. You have to be consistent and persistent in order to make this work. Again, no excuses. I don't wanna hear it. I want you to get out there. I want you to take action. I want you to make money in your real estate business. So step number 5, what do you need to do? After you get a seller on the phone, I want you to screen the seller, because now you have what's called a suspect lead. Your sellers are suspects until they're qualified. Then they become prospects, right? So I want you to qualify your suspect leads, turn them into prospects. Now I have a video on this. I did a video, I'll link it up at the top, okay, where I showed you the exact questions. I even provided you with the property information sheet that you can use in order to talk to these motivated sellers. I want you to watch that video as soon as this one is over, and I want you to follow through that script when you're talking to the seller. So now that you qualified the seller, we're up to step number 6. So right next to step number 6, what I want you to do is write down make an offer. Now every single time you talk to a motivated seller, every single time you view a property, every single time you're in contact with that seller, I want you to make an offer. It doesn't matter what they're asking. I'm gonna show you right now the formula that you need to use in order to make solid offers. And understand that it's a numbers game. 99 people will tell you no, but you're not looking for the 99, you're looking for the 1. Most of the time, you'll be surprised at how many people will accept your offer based off of their motivation. That's why it's so important to find motivation when you're talking to these motivated sellers. Far too many people get to the point where they're talking to motivated sellers, but then they never make the offer. So how do you expect to make money if you're not making offers on properties, right? Make an offer on the property. All right, so how do you do that? You take the after repaired value. For those of you who don't know what the after repaired value, and we're talking specifically about wholesaling. I take a different approach when we're doing creative investing. But you take the after repaired value of a property, which basically means if the property was in tip-top shape, what are like in kind properties selling for within a certain distance where the property is located. So you're taking the after repaired value of the property. What is the property worth if it was completely fixed up? You're multiplying that number by 0.6, and you're subtracting any repairs on the property. Step number 7, what we're gonna do is we're gonna contract the property. I have another video on that where I give you a free wholesaling contract. I'm gonna link it up at the top. As you can see, I'm taking you step by step through the entire process. I've done videos like this already. I'm linking videos up at the top. I want you to watch these videos, okay? These are important videos that will provide you with all of the tools and resources. I literally, right in my wholesale playlist, I literally have everything that you need to close a real estate deal. All you have to do is implement. And I want you to share your success stories here on this page as well. All right, tell me, follow me on Instagram at Jamel Gibbs. Tell me exactly what you're doing or the successes that you've had in order to allow me to share it with the world so that others can be moved by this as well. Step number 8, I want you to write this down. I want you to start marketing the contract, not the house. I want you to market the contract on the property. And then once you market the contract, step number 9 is to sell the contract. And I have another video on that, and I'm gonna link it up at the top for you or in the description box below. You have the first 9 steps that you need to go from where you are right now to getting your contract sold and making money as a wholesaler, leading you to step number 10, which is ultimately closing the deal. And that's where this thing becomes real. You realize the actuality of closing a real estate deal and making money in your business. And then all you have to do is rinse and repeat the entire process all over again. Now, after 2 to 3 deals, what I recommend you do is hire a virtual assistant. I have videos on that. I'll link it up at the top or in the description box as well, how to hire virtual assistants. But eventually, you want to get like my business is set up. You want to be completely hands-off, let your virtual assistants rinse and repeat the entire process over and over and over again. So I have a virtual assistant. I have 4 virtual assistants on my team. That's all you really need to run $1 million per year business. And at the end of the day, honestly, the virtual assistants, they were the ones who created the $50,000 paydays, the $50,000 weeks. And guess how much they get? They get 5% of the $50,000. So what is that, 2,500 bucks? Doesn't cost me anything to pay them, and they're completely happy with their spread. All right, so that's the 10-step process, guys. It's really simple. This is one of the simplest ways to get started in real estate. I'm going to share some other strategies with you on later videos, but for now, I want you to take action. All right, don't sit, don't wait. Education is good, but it's valueless if you're not doing something with it. So I want you to take action. I want you to get out there, take massive action if you want massive results. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell. Let me know what you honestly thought about this video. Is this video going to be helpful for you? If it was, share it with all your friends as well. Let me know in the comment section. Am I doing a good job with the information? If I'm not, let me know. All right, that's the only way I'm going to be able to create better videos for your real estate investing business. I'm here to help you. I want you to succeed, and I want to hear of your successes as well. This is Jamel Gibbs, and I'm signing off.